Obi won 2023 presidential election, says ex-SGF Babachir Lawal. Babachir Lawal has surfaced. For a very long time after the election, he had been very quiet and has been away. Now he's back again, and he is saying that Obi won the election. And Babachir Lawal should know that his dossier is with EFCC, and they might call for him to silence him forever. So he needs to know that. Though not only him anyway, even all the people, almost all the people in APC, all of them have one EFCC record or the other. They all have issues. So Babachir Lawal know them, they know him. Okay. So let's dive into the detail and see what Babachir Lawal has to prove that Peter Obi won the election. A former secretary to the federal government, Babachir Lawal, said that the candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, won the February 25 presidential election and not Bola Tinubu. The Independent National Electoral Commission had declared Tinubu as the winner of the election. Also, the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal affirmed Tinubu's election. However, Babachir Lawal, in a statement on Tuesday, claimed that data from independent sources indicated that Obi had majority votes, while Atiku came second in the election. According to him, Bola Tinubu came a distant third in the number of votes scored. The statement partly read, "I have resisted the temptation to engage in the contemporary political discourse since the May 2023 election fast pass. I did this for two reasons. The first being that as an active player in the drama, I needed time to analyze and digest the data that led to the outcomes so I could arrive at an informed decision. The second being that the rainy season had just set in and I needed to focus my attention on my farms, which are the mainstay of my livelihood. The current typical issues for political discourse or topical issues for political discourse and inquiry are whether or not Bola Tinubu won presidential election and or that he was approved or qualified to participate in the election, which his murky biodata, as is now being publicly unveiled daily in an avalanche. My answer to the first inquiry is that regardless of whether INEC or appeal court said or did, Bola did not win the election. Right from the start of the campaign, Bola Tinubu knew he was not going to win the election in a free and fair contest, so he decided to go by all means. Okay, available factual data as aggregated from several independent sources indicated that Obi got the majority vote, while Atiku came second. Bola came a distant third in the number of votes scored. He urged the president to resign to prevent public humiliation and embarrassment. My answer to the second inquiry is that given the now unfolding deluge of uncomplimentary information about who or what he is, ordinarily sound ethics and morality should have convinced him to voluntarily excuse himself from participation in the election. But this notwithstanding, I believe he still has time and opportunity to save himself this public humiliation and embarrassment to his person, both locally and internationally, by resigning so that he can give more attention to his health. After all, no one knows about the truism of these severely embarrassing and humiliating exposures about his person than the man himself. Leadership is all about integrity, sound pedigree, trustworthiness, and the ability to unite and instill hope and confidence in the people one seeks to lead. In these qualities, most Nigerians are in total agreement that Bola has them in very, very short supply indeed, the statement added. So Lawal said Tinubu had yet to appoint any competent person into office. He said Bola, the president, and his group are now in government and are in full control of Nigeria's vast resources and opportunities. They are enjoying their offices while Nigerians languish in insecurity, poverty, and hopelessness. Now, during the campaign, Bola mounted some platitudes about competence, but we are so far yet to see it reflected in his political appointments. It seems more like he is rewarding people who supported him to get the presidency at all costs. This band of appointees that Bola is assembling into his government don't care about Nigeria at all. Fuel prices will continue to gallop upwards until only they can afford it. The Nigeria will continue to race downhill in a free fall until only they can afford anything in the market. Insecurity will continue its escalation until every community in the country, in the nation, is consumed by it. Babachir Lawal. So those are his words, okay? So he's not telling us that, he went out quietly because he needed to digest the data that is before him to come out with something. And also needed to pay attention to his farm as his mainstay because rainy season was setting in. Now he is back. He is now telling the whole world that Tinubu did not win the election, that by the data he has, it was Peter Obi that won the election. Atiku came a second, and Tinubu came distant third. And so Tinubu, from beginning during the campaign, knew he was not going to win the election, and that was why he decided to use all means to make sure that he is declared, or he was declared the winner. Okay, that the data he has proven that. But the question is, why didn't you bring this data during the tribunal? Although Peter Obi must have brought all of those data anyway, it's just that the tribunal is in the pocket of the president. That was why they quashed the petition that came in from both Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar. And it was so embarrassing that the judiciary has joined hand with the executive to undo the country. Okay, it is a very bad situation. So Babachir Lawal is not scared. I am sure this is not going to be easy because people are going to challenge him. And secondly, he's also saying that Tinubu should save himself all this avalanche of problems because of his personality, because of his identity, and because of the information that is spilling out to the public now concerning him, which is bringing disgrace both local and international. Okay, so he has time to save himself this embarrassment by resigning. Okay, and then go take care of his health because he needs his health as well. So those were the words of Babachir Lawal, that Tinubu did not win this election. He just came in by crook and by hook and grabbed it. And again, another last thing that Babachir Lawal is saying is that Tinubu is here to appoint competent people in his cabinet. All the people he has appointed so far don't have the interest of Nigeria at heart. Things are still going worse, and he is still appointing these people, and he's appointing more. And none of them has the interest of Nigerians at heart. They are all after their own interests. That's what Babachir Lawal is trying to say here. So that is it. Babachir Lawal has said his own. Let's see how the world will react. I know APC is already reacting. They said that he is a burden to the nation. He's a burden himself. So let's see. Thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.